Hello and welcome to another episode of Bolts and Boost, everybody. So as you can see, the STi is up in the air and I got some new rotors and pads installed. Now, I didn't do a video because I have a video of the exact same thing, but on my blue left-hand drive hatch. And many of you know, doing the brakes on an older STi, and I say older even though it's like a 2008, can go south real quick. And the reason why is because the threads in the calipers will just strip out. They'll seize with the bolt, and you're going to have a bad situation on your hands where you either need to buy a caliper or put inserts in the caliper, which I did once, and I don't really like doing. Obviously, best case scenario is that doesn't happen, and that didn't happen to me, thankfully. Although, the rotors were so heavily corroded onto the hubs that I had to work hard on each and every corner to get them off the hub. Now, the rotors aren't here, but they're probably the worst rotors I've ever seen, and they had a lip around the outer edge that was rather large, probably 3 millimeters protruding from the rest of the rotor. So my brake pedal was depressing down to the floor pretty good because obviously there's not enough meat on the rotors, but I couldn't even get the caliper off because the old brake pads were not going over that edge. So I actually had to scrape the pads with the caliper off. But anyway, it's done. All 4 corners are done. I lost a couple bolts along the way because I did use these bolt holes on every single corner, backing them in, backing them out, putting more penetrating oil in it, blah, blah, blah. And it took longer than expected because of all this. And I'm hurting because of that. But enough about the brakes. They're on. They're good. I just wanted to give you guys a update, and I rust proofed what I could with my fluid film black. And I'm going to put some Rally Armor Mudflaps on it today. I'm only going to do the rears for now because the fronts you need access to where my quick jack is. So I'm going to figure that out. They say you could do it while the car's on the ground, so I'll probably do that. I got some overnight parts from Japan here, waiting to be thrown on, and I'm hoping that they came with new hardware because the old hardware is just rusty and trashed. So hopefully there's a bag here somewhere. Oh, there is. Oh, and it came with hardware. Beautiful. Oh. So there it is. Oh, this is not for that side, so never mind. Not beautiful. This is just to connect the 2 pieces together, and I still have to connect, I believe, that end to the front of my car somewhere. So there goes that. I'm still going to have to track down or figure something out for those factory spring bolts, which sucks, but it's a single exit Fujitsubo exhaust. So I'm pretty stoked about that. Right-hand drive. Japan came in clutch. So yeah, this thing's getting worked on really nice. Now, after working on it for quite some time now, I've been through this car with a fine-tooth comb. I hate that cliche, but I have. And I found 1 spot of rust. It isn't bad. It's actually, this car's in pretty good shape considering, but I'm not going to show you guys, but behind here, there's obviously metal, right? Part of the inner well, and it has rusted. I'll try to put a screenshot if I have one. But yeah, that's the only spot, and it is getting repaired. I've already sent pictures and stuff to a buddy of mine. And yeah, we're gonna figure it out. So here's to that. But I'm gonna go throw on the rear mud flaps. It's a pretty easy job to do the rear. And in the front, you gotta tear all of this off and the bottom of the side skirt. So I'm gonna go do that now. All right, so I just got one of the rear brackets on. It's pretty simple. This was not supposed to be a how-to video, but I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing. These are Rally Armor. I think it's the polyurethane ones. So yeah, this bracket in the back just slides between the fender liner and the bumper, both on the bottom and just on the side here. And that factory clip right there is what sturdies this whole contraption. And I kind of like that I'm doing this because before there was really nothing. I don't know if these clips are missing or what, but my previous STi didn't have them either. So I don't know if there's just provisions there for them or whatnot, but having the mud flap here is gonna make this a lot more sturdy. All right, guys, so both back or rear mud flaps are installed. It was a really simple job to do, especially when it's in the air. These probably would have been more difficult. For sure they would have been more difficult if this was on the floor. Like I do believe the instruction pamphlet mentions. This does solidify this rear area a lot better. Like this is no longer independent from the bumper, and it just kind of staples everything together nicely. Before you go and tighten your mud flap, make sure that it's aligned how you want it. Now what I did is I took this corner out all the way and I pushed that inner corner in all the way. And it looks pretty good on both sides. From what I can tell, oh, this one does look a little crooked. It could just because of the camera and my driveway, because I did push it as far as it could go. So it might just be a trick of the eye right now. But yeah, so I did the exact same thing to this side. Pulled that top corner out all the way, and then I pushed the bottom in. And it does look off right now, but I think it's just because of the tire hanging down the way it is. Yeah, this one's the same. So I bet you it's just because the tire is hanging in the air versus when it's on the ground and more straight itself. So I'm gonna let the car down, and I'll probably do the front ones this weekend. I'll leave the rear ones on for now. I do want to hit up a car wash before I do the fronts and just get all that muck out. But yeah, she's coming along. I'm super, super happy with it. I also got the bumper up there. I made this makeshift bumper holder on the wall. But anyway, I think I'm going to end the video off there for now, guys. This is the Rally Armor box, setting a standard in mud flaps. Well, sort of, not really. These clips are, some of them are not cut, and I literally have to take a X-Acto knife to them and cut them, and they're very hard plastic. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. Again, I'm just updating as I go, and I'm not necessarily doing a how-to series just because a lot of this stuff I've covered already. Mud flaps are mud flaps. The exhaust I might do one on. I have to research where to get those bolts though. But look at those brakes, they look great. Now I just have to go bed them in, and of course it's supposed to snow a bunch tonight. So anyways, I'm gonna end it off here. Hopefully you guys are following along the videos and you like what you see, and you're subscribing, and you're hitting that like button. Interact with me more too. Drop a comment, let me know your thoughts. I definitely plan on keeping this thing. I know I say that about everything, but I'm realizing how stupid I was for selling a bunch of the cars that I've owned. And I don't want to regret that anymore, and I just want to have fun. And, you know, take the car along with me. So I'm going to try and keep this one in the stable for a very long time and make it into something awesome. So follow along for that. All right, guys. Till next time. Peace.